Bianca, it's great to be here with you.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be here with you today.
Why don't you start off by telling us about yourself?
My name is Bianca Gates. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Birdies, and I am a wife of one and a mom of two, a 12-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old son.
What have you learned from trying to balance work and parenting? And, what's your best advice for other working moms?
Oh my gosh. Well, as any working mom knows, there is no balance. So I think just prioritizing what really matters to you and what you don't want to miss, and be okay with all the other things that you might miss. I carpool. While I'd love to be a part of that in the afternoons, I know that that's something I can't make at 3:00. But for me, a priority is to make sure that I take my kids to school in the morning. It's my one-on-one time with the kids, and I love it. Another piece of advice that's worked really well for me is I walk around with my phone or a pad of paper and a pen. I have mommy brain still. After 12 years of being a mom, I still feel like I still suffer from mommy brain. I can't remember anything. So I have to write down everything. So when a crazy idea pops up, I write it down. When somebody is going to intro me to somebody else, I write that down. Any crazy ideas, I write it down. I live my life based on a to-do list, and it continues to grow every single day, but it's been my life-saving hack, because as a mom, I feel like I cannot retain a lot of information. My mind just feels like it's very, very full these days. The other more tactical thing that my husband and I have sort of evolved into is, once our kids started going to school, we learned that we were missing emails from schools, or we would duplicate efforts. We would both get the same email, we'd both respond, and then we were like, well, shoot, why did we both do that when only one needed to? And so a few years ago, we just made a decision that we were gonna literally divide the responsibilities by kids. It works for us. But so every email that comes from my daughter, I handle, I manage, I take. He doesn't have to worry about it. Every email that comes for my son from school, play dates, sports, he manages, and I don't have to worry about it. It totally works. It helps us sort of divide and conquer, and allows us to kind of dig in deeper, by kid. Sometimes we'll swap just to get more time with the other kid. But truly, when people say, 50-50 at home and 50-50 at work, I believe it, but we go one step further, which is we say 100% and 100%. So there's certain things I do at home 100% and he does 100%. If we're trying to meet each other in the middle, we'll spend more time trying to figure out where that middle is than taking it all on ourselves. So a little bit more tactical, but I would say we literally divide and conquer.
So in your role, I'm sure that you have to make trade-offs all the time, right? Between work and family and whatever. How do you make yourself feel comfortable with those?
I have done this exercise for the last maybe 10 years. And at the beginning of every new year, I write a letter to myself, and I date it the same day 1 year later. And it's a reflection letter looking back on the year and the milestones that I accomplished, the challenges that I overcame, and how I feel about it all. And so for me, it's sort of like a roadmap, but I think it feels daunting when you're sort of setting your goals for the future, not knowing what the future holds. But there's something special and unique when you're writing a letter to yourself looking back. And I identify what those big milestones are for me. And so, summer travel with my family, somewhere adventurous, is a big priority of ours. Obviously, professional milestones, growing the business, whatever those might be. Outside of those things, day-to-day things might seem murky and messy. But overall, if I'm feeling like I'm achieving my top 3 priorities that I had set out for the year, then I feel like life is good, and I feel like I have a strong foundation under me, and I don't let any of the little things get to me, because I feel like I'm thriving in the areas that are of most important to me. So I think identifying your priorities and what that means to you, and never losing sight of those.
Well, this was fabulous. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat.
Oh, this was so much fun. Thank you, Cindy.